This meeting is being recorded.
Yay! All right.
Teamwork.
I am Dorothy Manning, and joining me tonight is Laura Neighbor and Brooke Ross, and we are talking to you about showing up. Exactly the thing that we are doing right here, showing up for our business, for our company. It's not about deciding to do it. It's when you actually take that first step. Every day is a small step. Every day is the mindset work to make you show up. You don't just show up because you have to, because that's not going to cut it. In about, I'd say it'd take about 4 days for me to get good and tired of, because I have to, and I would stop showing up. But if you get a good, solid reason and start building your own motivation around it, then the showing up is the easy part. It's the giving part. You make your post, you comment on your friends, you get in their chat and you talk to them about their puppies, you talk to them about their kids, and you get in your posts and you talk about your puppies and you talk about your kids and you make that connection. And then before you know it, you are showing up for them and with them every single day. And that's the biggest part of it. But what do you do when you don't really feel like it? Do you go, I don't feel like it. I'm just not going to do it today. But that doesn't work, because then the next thing you know, you've let it slide, and you've let it slide one more time, and you've slid yourself in oblivion because of our algorithm that puts us out into nowhere when we aren't showing up for people. Basically, I mean, that's the way it works. If you don't show up, Facebook is going to shove you to the back. And if you don't show up consistently, your people aren't going to trust you. Your friends aren't going to go, well, she's there for me. She's always there. I know I can trust her. I see her. I know her. You've got to get that know, like, and trust in by showing up. And when your mindset is not there, then you're going to have to build it. And I do this a lot. I have to self-talk. I have to tell myself, someone needs you today. So let's go and show up and find out who needs you today. And sometimes they need me for Plexus, and sometimes they just need me as a friend. And either way, it feels great. Showing up when you do it consistently changes your entire outlook. Really. For real. Who am I handing it off to? I've already forgot.
Brooke Ross.
Brooke. Here comes Brooke.
So thank you. I loved what you had to say. My first point kind of goes to what she was saying, in that you have to have your why. It needs to be clear. It needs to be front and center of why you're doing this. And we titled this Showing Up for Your Business, but honestly, you're just showing up for yourself. You're showing up for your family. Whatever that why is, you're showing up for. You're showing up so you don't have to worry about daycare expenses. That's why I show up. It pays for my daycare. You're showing up so you don't have to worry about feeding your family. You don't have to worry about where that money's coming from. You show up so you don't have to worry about how you're going to put gas in your car to get to the park to spend with your kids. I mean, little things like that we don't think about is the reason why you're showing up. So yes, you're showing up for your business. You're showing up for your customers. 1000%. You want to be there for those that trust you and that order from you. But you have such a bigger why of why you're doing this and why you need the income. So don't forget that. And then this is going to be the reason why you show up even when you don't want to show up. So I know I mentioned this to a few people, but I did an event last night that no one showed up to. It was my first Zoom event, and none of my potential showed up, which is okay. And I could have just said, I'm not going to do this. I'm just going to shut my computer. I'm going to go watch Netflix. But no, I did it. I recorded it and I sent it to people that couldn't make it. And the reason I did that was because I need my daycare paid for. And I did that because I want to spend more time with my kids. And I also said, and I heard this yesterday, and it's just stuck with me that when God's in the details, that the facts, they don't matter. It didn't matter that no one showed up. It only mattered that the video that I sent it to, me and her had a conversation because she watched the recording, and God knew that that was going to happen. So he was in the details and he knew it. And the fact that no one showed up did not matter. So that's why I showed up, and you just need to get your why straight and have it front and center first off. Second is vision. So we hear a lot about vision. You have to be able to see where you're going. Make a vision board, post it in your room, in your bathroom. I mean, wherever you go the most, post it there. For me, it's a wallpaper on my phone. I literally have it on my phone right here, wallpaper, and it has my why on there. It has my family. It has why I'm doing this. Just somewhere that you're going to look at it every single day and be able to visualize why you're doing this. When I say visualize, literally visualize what this is going to look like. Will you be able to spend more time with your kids outside and not have to silently be worrying about how you're going to get gas in your car to take them to school tomorrow? Are you going to actually be there in the moment? Think about and visualize that. Will you be able to go to the grocery store without having to have a budget, without having to pull your calculator out? Visualize you being able to do that. Will you be able to give more to others, be able to bless more? Maybe that's a passion of yours. Will you be able to have your husband not work overtime hours and be able to spend more time as a family? Like, visualize all of these things and imagine that you already have it. So honestly, I feel like I bug the crap out of my team sometimes, because I can just visualize them being in Mexico or Hawaii or wherever with me. Like, I can see it as clear as I can see you guys right now. I can see me in Hawaii. I can see them. I just know what this can do for them. I know so many on my team want to stay home with their kids. They don't want to leave their kids. And I can see that for them. I know some people on my team struggle with paying daycare. And I can see this being something that could provide daycare for them, because it does for me. And I can see it for them and I want it for them. So for those that are watching this, whether you're watching the recording, whether you're on my team or not, I know I may just be a senior gold, which doesn't seem like a lot, but I see this opportunity for us. I have the belief. If you don't have the belief, so if you need the belief, just come see me because I can give it to you. But I see us all in Mexico now, like we're already there. And then third, so have your why and your vision. But third, everyone is busy. That's not going to change. That doesn't go away. There's always going to be laundry to do, dishes to put up, kids to keep alive, errands to run. There's always going to be something. It never ends. But when you have your why and you have your vision, you find a way. You make a way, you make it work. And in order for me to make it work, you have to have a system in place. So when you sit down to work, how many times have we sat there and we sit there for 30 minutes wondering what are we going to do? So you have to have something in place, whether it's one or two things or whatever, as long as you have a system in place. And something that I do, that I make sure that I do every single day, if I can do more, then yes, I do more. But what I do is, and what I've told my team is 1-3-1, one post a day, 3 messages. I do 1 reach out, I do 1 follow up, and I do 1 relationship building. And then 1 person does the same. Who can I get to post that day? Who can I ask to do a event for? So that's what I make sure. If I do nothing else, I'm doing 1-3-1. I'm doing those 3 before I go to bed. And I feel like that's simple and it's something that can be duplicated. And it's easy. And then I think about, when can I do these things? Can I do it in the morning? Can I do it in the evening? Can I do it at night? So just being able to not really time block, but fit it into your life, morning, evening, night. Where could you put it? So those are just some tips that I had that have worked for me. So I'm going to pass it to Laura now.
Hey guys. Oh my gosh, that was awesome. I'm like nervous to go after that. It was so good, both of you guys. So I personally cannot talk about showing up for your business without talking about mindset. Guys, mindset is one of the biggest reasons that people don't show up. And behind it is always sneaky and hiding, and it's fear, right? A lot of us are afraid to show up. One of the things that I do, I'm an observer. I love to observe people. I love to watch people. I like to see what they're doing. And I like to take things away from that and use it to my advantage, right? I want to see what other people have success with and what other people have failed with. And then I want to take that and borrow that. So one thing that we all love is celebrities, right? We all love celebrities. Man, I don't know about you. You can judge me. I love the Kardashians. I don't care what anybody says. Like, bless their hearts. Just love them. But the thing is, about any celebrity, it doesn't really matter. Do you know who believes most in those celebrities, like Tom Cruise, Kim Kardashian, any of them? You know who believes in them most? Them. They just hire really good people around them, right? So the thing is, they're human, they have bad days or whatever, but they will never ever put that out, right? They'll never put out like, oh man, I'm having such a terrible day. I mean, maybe when they become bazillionaires, sure. But really, when they're promoting themselves, when they're promoting a movie, anything like that, the biggest thing that you are going to see them do is they are going to come out with confidence. Guys, I don't know if you watched the Oscars, but did you see some of the celebrities that came out and talked? Did you notice their hands? Some of the biggest celebrities in the world were terrified, but by the sound of their voice, they sounded confident and like they knew what they were doing up there. Showing up with confidence, I think, is one of the biggest battles that you can overcome. And I want to give you guys like some action tips on how to appear to show up with confidence, how to stay confident in front of the camera, how, like, I'm nervous right now, but you know what? I also know that I'm surrounded by love in this room and it's all good, right? So here's some things that you can do. Okay. So if you don't have a big team, everybody wants to join success, right? Everybody wants to join things that have momentum and success and all of that. Our team is killer at posting, people ranking, people adding people, things like that, right? Take those graphics and put them on your page, put them in your stories and things like that. It may not be your direct level ones, but you are on a team with a ton of momentum, right? So show up for your sideline sisters and friends, post that in your stories, give them a congratulations, those kind of things. People outside are going to see you showing up as part of a team that has a ton of momentum. Even if they're not your direct level ones, they're still seeing that, right? The other thing is, start getting in your stories with your face. Start doing, now I'm just going to be honest with you, I'm terrified to do lives too, and I need to do much better at those, but get in your stories with your face. The beautiful thing about the stories is, you can re-record them, but start getting into your stories and speaking to people about little things that you know about. Even if it's something as simple as like how to stick a Post-it on something. I don't know. People will watch anything. Again, let's go back to the celebrity example. I mean, people would probably watch Kim Kardashian slap a Post-it on a wall, right? People are just curious by nature and they want to know what you're doing. They want to be in your life and they want to see what you have going on, because the biggest thing is a lot of people are really insecure and they want to know if what they're doing is a lot like what you're doing, right? So it doesn't matter what you get on and share, just start getting on there and sharing. And, another way you can show up for your business is make sure that you're posting consistently, especially like Brooke said, just make sure that people see your beautiful smiling face. Plexus helps us all age backwards. So don't be afraid to stick that out there, right? And even if it's just posts about families and things like that, eventually what is going to happen is that confidence is going to come around and you are going to start to be able to make those big, bold business posts. And here's the thing, guys. This is really what kind of put it in perspective for me and why this is my year that I am really business heavy with my posting and I am going after the people that I want. Only like 12% of your people on your Facebook page or your Instagram page actually see your posts. So who cares, right? Go do it anyway. You have such a small audience due to the algorithms that actually see your stuff. So who cares if you show up and like that one person doesn't like it? Who cares? That is one person out of this tiny little 12%. You go and do it again, it's another totally different 12 to 15%. And you're just hitting these small, very tiny little targets of your group of people. So if you think about it in terms of, even if you get out there and, I will tell you, there's so many times that I've made business posts where I'm like, post. And then I run and throw my phone and then I go do laundry because I'm like, oh my God, I just posted that. But you guys, then all of you all show up on my post and you're like, woohoo, this is great. This is great. We love this. And then I'm like, well, you know what? It wasn't so bad. So really getting that confidence and getting out there and just doing it. Guys, seriously, people just want to be a part of your life. People just want to see what you have going on. That includes Plexus. I know that sometimes it can feel like it doesn't. It does. People just want to see what's happening. So show up for your business. And then I guess last but not least, like make sure that you follow up with folks and that like they were saying earlier, following up is huge. Guys, in the social media world, we have so many things getting thrown at us daily. So many things are being sold to us. And I don't know about you guys, but I work full time. I have this business. I homeschool. I have a bunch of family stuff going on, like crazy town. I need people to remind me. I would not be mad at someone for following up with me on something. So do not be afraid to follow up with your people. Get out there, be bold, put your face forward. It's beautiful. People want to see it. People want to know what you have going on. And then if they ask about anything, don't be afraid to follow up. And that is truly just the key to having a successful business. It is just letting people in, loving on people, and then following up with them to make sure that they have what they need and they're happy and all that good stuff. So, all right, I'm done. That was my.
All right. Awesome. All right, let's recap. So showing up is mindset. Showing up with confidence is a key, man. I wrote that down. Get in there and do it because it will help someone. Vision cast and be consistent for your people, for the people that you don't even know yet, because that algorithm is going to show someone. If you're public, I've had people that have commented and I'm going, who are you? Well, you're my friend now. Do it and show up and be confident, and people will come to you and they will pay attention.
And one thing real quick, guys, you cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. But if you say nothing at all, then the right people won't hear it.
Exactly. And if you show up, you are already ahead of the game of 80% of the people that are around you.
Yep.
So show up consistently and always be in the front.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you all so much.